throughout the years, seeing Batman from, you know, Michael Keaton all the way to Christian Bale, these are different iterations of Batman. So when we get to the Dark Knight trilogy, we get excited because now we get consistent stories. Now we get villains, right? We get to see Batman. But when we got to Batman versus Superman and we saw Ben Affleck play, number one, you got to remember that when we found out that Ben Affleck would play Batman, it's like a lot of us comic fans, we didn't really know what to think about it. A lot of people were really pissed off about it, but they were like, he's old. He's 40 something. Oh, I don't understand because, you're looking at these other characters that are coming in with Superman, Henry Cavill being what, 34 at the time? I can't remember how old he was. He was young playing Superman. You have Gal Gadot in her late 20s, right? Coming in as Wonder Woman. So you're like, I didn't get it until we saw the movie. Again, I've told you all the time, three really big elements: good writing, good casting, good directing. We knew Zack Snyder was a good director. Casting, number one, casting Henry Cavill as Superman, one of the best outside of, I've said it, outside of Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., Henry Cavill playing Superman has to be one of the best castings ever. It really is. But when we saw those two play against each other, and I remember this fight scene, and I'm about to show you why Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. You're about to see this. Because I remember when this happened, I almost stood up in the movie theater. Because you have no idea how long we had waited for this. Check this out. This is one of my favorite scenes in movies.
You have to take it off.
Ooh.
Ah, right. Commencing drone mode. Thermal imaging is showing me 24 hostiles on the 3rd floor. Why don't I drop you off on the 2nd?
Oh man. This movie, I feel like I need to watch this movie again. Check out how comic accurate certain looks are visually. That's Zack Snyder for you. You don't know what's about to happen to you guys, but I do. Look out. Get that. Ooh. Take this. Tell me if you're a criminal seeing this, you're not scared. Oh, man, I wanted to curse. This has to be one of the best choreographed fights I've ever seen. Tell me this is not badass. Oh man. I can feel their pain. Oh man. I can almost feel it. Come on, man. Yeah. Look at him. Tell me, oh man. And if you have no idea, the reference is from a Frank Miller graphic novel. Outstanding book, by the way. You should get one. Read it.
Drop it. I said drop it! I'll kill her! Believe me, I'll do it!
I believe you.
I believe you.
Every time. You cannot tell me that is the best fighting scene you have ever seen from Batman. Actually, you can talk about comic book characters. This right here, this warehouse scene right here, is why Ben Affleck, this version of Batman is my favorite Batman. And for one reason. Like, they're different. I've always said there are different versions of Batman that I like. I like the Dark Knight trilogy because the Dark Knight trilogy was a really good story, consistent story told in all three movies. Outstanding. But there's one thing prior to Batman, Ben Affleck playing Batman, that we've missed. Actually, two things that we've missed from all other Batman movies preceding them. It is Batman is badass. He rules by fear. Fear, like criminals fear him. Why? Because when he's fighting them, he's inflicting pain. Like he's beating you like crazy because number one, you'll never want to fight this man ever again. And number two, you're going to tell everybody about it. You will live in fear. Everybody that you know, all the criminals will know. This man does not pull punches. And when we saw this finally in a movie, I was like, bruh, you know how long? I wished the Dark Knight trilogy had this. They actually, it's funny because Christopher Nolan has always said he didn't really want to go there because I think Warner Brothers didn't really want these movies to be really dark. Batman is dark. He is dark, even in animation. So they didn't really allow him to do that. And here comes Zack Snyder, who gives us everything we've wanted. And this is why, when we saw this is why he's my favorite version of Batman. Because of that element that we've always missed, always wanted to have in Batman, especially in movies. And because of that, the movie coming after that was even better because now they learned. And obviously, I'm talking about what? I'm talking about the Batman with Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson playing Batman. Again, this is one of those times when he didn't know what to expect because we'd seen Robert Pattinson in Twilight, right? I wasn't really a big fan of those movies. They were huge hits, global hits, obviously, and he was a major part of it. I loved him in Tenet, So I didn't know what to expect from him. But one thing I remember, because obviously as a fan, there's certain things you kind of keep up with. You're looking for info on a particular movie. And one thing I remember Matt Reeves, the director, was very, very adamant about was the fact that if he's doing this movie, he's doing it his way. He's doing it his way. He's casting his way. He's directing his way. His story is his way. He wanted total freedom to put out a vision of Batman that he wanted. And I remember when that movie started, number one, that movie had outside of Man of Steel's theme. And even obviously the Dark Knight trilogy. Oh, come on, man. Hans Zimmer, who also made Man of Steel's theme. But this theme gave you chills. If you don't believe me, just hear it out. This is the Batman theme.
Police! Hands up! Stay still!
How cool was he as Riddler, by the way? He was outstanding.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
Get some.
I've been trying to reach you. Marvin God! This is about a king, and Riddler's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues,
She was so
you
cool
won't
as
get on before
Catwoman,
you
by the
nothing
way.
less. I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say.
Outstanding
Thank you.
casting, by the way.
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
Oh, this is so cool.
I'm vengeance.
Another cool Batmobile.
What's black and blue and dead all over? You. Take
I love Colin Farrell in this movie. Oh, Colin Farrell. That theme right there. Oh man.
Doesn't that give you chills every single time? But let me tell you why I consider this version of Batman with Robert Pattinson almost at the level of Ben Affleck's version of Batman. Is because for the first time, again, this is what we're getting. We got a version of Batman that we know is Batman. What is Batman widely known for or regarded as? He is the best detective out there. World's greatest detective. Well, we got a chance to see this version of Batman. And it was outstanding. Not only that, he was also badass. Fighting? The fighting was just insanity. It really was. And again, this came from the DCEU's version, Ben Affleck's version, because we hadn't gotten that. Because now these directors know this is what fans want to see, and you cannot disappoint fans. We want to see this version of Batman. So he was outstanding. He was badass. He was very physical. He didn't pull punches, right? And it was so fun to watch, and that's why it made so much money. Because people fell in love with all these. It's like Matt Reeves combined everything we love about Batman, and he put it in this movie. And I love that there are sequels coming, but we're excited about them because number one, we have an incredible director, and then we have a studio who's decided to stay out of his way. Allow him to tell the vision. Now, this is outside the new DCU. Like James Gunn has a new version of DCU. He actually has a Batman movie coming down the line. I think it's Brave and Bold, The Brave and the Bold, where he's actually going to also introduce Robin, right? But it was so nice to see. It was so nice to see this version of Batman where we got to see the detective part, and we also got to see something that was kept You know what I mean? That transferred over from the DCEU's Batman, right? And that was his fighting and how badass he was. And you could tell, you could see how afraid these guys were. You know what I mean? It was so fun to watch. So I don't know, maybe Robert Pattinson's version of Batman is your favorite Batman. He's one of my coolest Batmans, you know? So maybe he is. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if he's your favorite Batman. And then obviously, one of my all-time greatest Batman. Because you can't forget an animation. And in animation, is there anybody better than Kevin Conroy playing Batman? I mean, that iconic voice. You know, it's like when you know the Joker, you know what I mean? And that voice, right? And then you know Kevin Conroy playing a Batman the Animated Series. And we got introduced to that version of Batman, and it was Kevin Conroy and every cool animated Batman. Ask anybody, will tell you. Kevin Conroy's version of Batman. Oh, he's one of my coolest Batmans because instantly you hear any animated, the moment you hear Batman talk, I know an animation. I'm like, and that was him. And unfortunately, he passed recently. And, really sad because, you kind of always look forward to the next animated Batman animated series or movie. And he has done so many of them. And it would have been cool to see him do more. But unfortunately, he passed away. But we get to celebrate him forever. I don't have kids yet, but they're going to watch those animated series. They're going to know who he was because he was a big part of my childhood growing up. I saw him like every Sunday, every Saturday, right? It was so cool. So maybe Kevin Conroy is your favorite Batman. He might be your favorite Batman. He's one of my favorite Batman.
If you were a kid back in the 90s and early 2000s, then chances are you were probably watching the animated series about the Batman.
Yeah, I was.
Behind every great animated hero is a great voice actor. And for me, that actor is Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, you are.
How was that?
That was good, Kevin. Keep going.
Okay. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Is that okay? I'm Kevin Conroy. I've been playing the voice of Batman since 1991 for 29 years.
Rest in peace, man.
Every cell in Arkham.
It started with Batman the Animated Series, and then The Adventures of Batman and Robin, and then came the Justice League, Batman Beyond, and in the interim there was Mask of the Phantasm, Sub-Zero, Killing Joke. I would like to claim that I have been the only voice of Batman for any animated show, but I've been doing it the longest of anybody, and I've been the one that's sort of referred to as the animated voice.
Yeah, you are.
Or maybe your favorite Batman is Will Arnett. Lego Movie. A lot of kids loved those movies, by the way. So I don't know. Maybe Will Arnett is your favorite Batman. He might be. I don't know. He might be.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Just laying down some dope tracks here and didn't see you there.
Are you nuts? You should be terrified.
You want to see a magic trick? I'm gonna make you disappear.
Happy now.
In Jupiter, please.
All right, yeah.
I hate everything you just said. Lego is such a part of our childhood. You can kind of create anything you want. I'm gonna have to go double secret vigilante mode. It's very fun to take an iconic character like Batman and play with the rules that have always been there.
You're scheduled to go to Jim Gordon's retirement party.
What? No. No. Kind of having that bravado and machismo, but at the same time, really get down to what makes Batman tick.
But, in conclusion, we've had so many different versions of Batman, all of them cool in their own way. Even if I didn't like some, you probably liked some that I didn't like. But it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell the comic book story without Batman. It really is, because his influence goes beyond comics, right? Like so many different things have come from Batman. People believing there's so much you can do. This is a dude with no powers, just using his brain, and becomes a superhero. You know what I mean? One of the strongest superheroes of the Justice League. Some people consider him to be the most powerful member in the Justice League, because he can pretty much beat everybody. He actually has contingency plans for everybody, including himself. But it's really fun to dive into this story, because I feel like we all feel a certain way. We're all connected. If you're a comic book fan, you're connected to certain characters in a certain way. It's sometimes even different versions of this character. You know what I mean? So your favorite version of this character might be played by this person. Maybe that's your version that you liked. So I want to hear from you guys. I really want to hear from you guys. How about you guys tell me who your favorite Batman is? Tell me why he's your favorite Batman. If he's made an impact. If you have kids, why? It would be cool to know. It would really be cool to know. But for me, like I said before, Ben Affleck is my best version of Batman, and I stand behind that. But you never know. Maybe Robert Pattinson's Batman might change it. I don't know. He's really close to changing it, by the way. But if we do get a continuation of Zack Snyder's Justice League, it'll be hard, because I know Zack Snyder, he'll go hard. But it's I love this. I love this story. I love. Obviously, I do love the Batman, but I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys. Tell me, who is your favorite Batman and why? But like always, guys, this has been fun. This is, as always, your African comic guy, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Peace.